Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video, doing GMA Friday for today's second video. So as was on a Friday, we've got your month ahead look ahead, and I shall get on with that for you very shortly. We'll see what Japanese and CFS V2 models have got to say about weather going into the beginning of September. More about that in a second, but before I get on with that, just to say that the first video released today was our 7 AM forecast. We've got a 10 to 14 day with all of the regular features coming up later on this afternoon. Please like, share, subscribe on all of the videos. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that, and I hope you're having a lovely Friday. Right, okay, let's get on with GMA Friday then. So we're going to start off with the week 1 500 millibar height only from the North Pole and Arctic view down. So this is the North Pole of the Arctic Circle just here. This is a wider Arctic Circle around there. Of course, then we've got latitudes through here. So blue is extrapolating to below average heights, which is low pressure, yellow, orange and red, to above average heights, which is high pressure. These are broken down into weekly periods, and the first week period will take us from the 6th through to the 13th of August. The coming week looks unsettled, with below average heights, low pressure digging in from the North Atlantic into the north and west of Europe. High pressure has pulled out into the middle of the Atlantic and gone a long way northwards up towards Svalbard, and we're sending a jet stream southwards as well. So we're looking cool and unsettled in the week ahead with low pressure in the ascendancy. Week 2 will take us from the 13th through to the 20th of August, and this week we'll see heights rising to our northeast. So we've got a Scandinavian high starting to set up. Also have high pressure in the middle of the North Atlantic again. This area is like a weaker area of pressure. It could still be a little bit unsettled, a little bit showery in that area, but probably still bringing in quite a warm sort of southeasterly type flow around that Scandinavian high. I'll start to bring in a warmer southeasterly flow. So I reckon that's like a warmer and drier week. Probably not completely dry and not very warm, you know, but probably a bit mixed still. But certainly should be a little bit warmer and drier, I think, compared to week 1. And then weeks 3 and 4 will take us from the 20th of August to the 3rd of September. And we find that above average heights then set up over and to the north of the country. So quite a large area of high pressure sitting to our north. Probably brings the wind in from an easterly direction. What we do have to watch out for with this is that we don't start getting low pressure coming underneath this area of high pressure, which we could do. I mean, there's no visible area of low pressure on that map in the northern hemisphere, but obviously there's got to be low pressure somewhere. If you've got high pressure, then you will have corresponding areas of low pressure. So where's the low pressures? You will think there's probably a trough through there. There could well be a trough through here as well between this ridge. Probably low pressure up there, and what you would say is that underneath this high pressure just here, there might be low pressure going under there. So I mean, for northern areas in particular, that's reasonably dry. For southern areas, if you do get an area of low pressure setting up, then that could be more unsettled than you might envisage actually, given the chart. Right, okay, so let's have a look at the tropical and mid-latitude view. So on this view, the British Isles and Ireland in the top right-hand corner of the chart, as you're looking at it, a reminder of the week 1 500 millibar height only with low pressure digging in from the north and the northwest. So it's quite unsettled in the weekend with low pressure in control. Temperatures are holding up okay. So for northern areas in particular, it's warmer than average week, near normal for England and Wales, and cooler than average over on the continent. And it is also a rather unsettled week as well, with above average rainfall being predicted. So definitely a more unsettled week to come. Week 2 is going to be the 13th to the 20th of August. Now we can't see Scandinavia, that's off the chart, but we know there's a big area of high pressure setting up here around Scandinavia. Also got some higher pressure there, and then weaker pressure, but perhaps not particularly low pressure, is coming through there. So warmer than average week, so that Scandinavian high is getting wind into the southeast or the east again, so temperatures go above average, quite substantially so actually. It is still quite unsettled though, so we do still have influences from lower pressure there with above average rainfall, so warmer, wet, maybe even thundery actually, with wind like in from the southeasterly direction. And then weeks 3 and 4 are going to take us from the 20th of August to 3rd of September with above average heights sort of to our north and northwest, and also to our northeast. Also, I'd probably bring in a lot of easterly winds at the end of August. Temperatures are still warmer than average, so this is quite a warm August being predicted by the JMA seasonal model, or JMA extended model this week. It's also going drier as well, so we aimed August on quite a warm and dry note with the JMA. Bear in mind that's a 2-week anomaly, it might be a little bit transitional or something, but yeah, looks like we aimed August on quite a dry and warm note, if that's right. Now, let's see how the CFS-V2 compares. So again, these are 500 millibar heights, and they're broken down into week periods. The first week period will take us from the 6th to the 12th of August. The coming week is unsettled, with below average heights, low pressure in from the North Atlantic to the west of Europe. So yes, an unsettled week to come. Week 2 is going to be the 13th to the 19th of August. A little bit more unsettled, I think, this week, what the JMA is showing, with below average heights still more or less centred over top of the country. It is in combination with above average heights to our north, so there's a lot of high pressure to our north. We might be pulling up the wind from quite a warm southerly southeast direction, but of course, with a trough of low pressure over and slightly to west of the country, you would expect volatility with that, and maybe heavy rain and possibly thunder. Week 3 is the 20th to 26th of August, starting to look like the JMA at this point, with above average heights over Scandinavia and extending to our northwest. That will pull the wind into the east, probably turning drier, and should be pretty warm there, you would have thought. And then week 4 is going to be the 27th of August to 2nd of September, with a large area of high pressure centred just to our east, and that will be pulling up very warm, maybe even quite hot, southerly to southeasterly winds. So definitely getting hotter as August progresses. With both of the model outputs, actually today, both JMA and the CFS going in that direction. Week 1 temperature anomaly from the CFS-V2, 6th to 12th of August, is generally below average, especially so for England and Wales, cooler than what the JMA model was showing. Week 2, I should say, is the 13th to the 19th of August. Still below average temperatures just to our south and west, but a little bit above average to our north. Again, that is a cooler week, though, compared to what the JMA shows. Week 3 is also rather cool, perhaps a bit surprisingly. This is the 20th, 26th of August, but also average to slightly below average temperatures. Week 4 does go warmer than average. This is the 27th of August to the 2nd of September, above average temperatures starting to appear then. And in terms of precipitation, week 1, 6th to the 12th of August, near normal to slightly wetter than average in northern and western areas. Week 2 is also wetter than average, 13th to the 19th of August, above average rainfall there. Week 3 is the 20th to 26th of August, near normal to possibly a little bit on the drier side. And then week 4 is the 27th of August to 2nd of September. Again, average to, for northern areas, possibly slightly on the drier than average side. So yeah, it's a mixed bag. Definitely, I think out of the two, the JMA is the warmer and drier of the scenarios, really. So JMA is suggesting a relatively warm and dry second half to August, I think. CFS looks a lot more mixed. It does eventually get there by the very end of August into start of September. It does get there with warmer, drier conditions, but certainly it takes a long while to settle down, and the CFS is the cooler and more unsettled of the two. So it's a mixed bag, but we could be in for some warmer, drier weather as we get into the latter stages of August and the beginning of September, which, as I've said in previous videos, is very typical of that particular time of the year, which tends to be more associated with higher pressure and warmer, dry conditions. Definitely the next week or two, though, looking quite unsettled, I think. Right, that's JMA Friday for this week. We'll be back later on with your 10 to 14 day. It's going to include all of the regular features. So come back for that then, for JMA Friday for this week. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.